Alright guys, so this is Matt Beck from Gratitude Education and FreeSalonEducation.com. We're using our Oscar Clipper today. We're using a 000 blade and our YS Park comb. We're just really working through, we're going to go through here and just work a line in, slightly beveling the comb just like we would do a scissor over comb, and we're going to work our way up the head. Now I'm going to work real tight right at the temple area. If you can see the angle, Brian, if you want, why don't you try to work your way this way so you can see the angle of the comb. Real close to the scalp. So this part of my comb is real close, and then it works its way out at about, a nice angle. I don't know what, like I'm going to know that degree, but working our way through here. So now you can see it's a nice tight clean look into a little bit more depth throughout the haircut as it works its way up. Now I'm going to follow that line behind the ear so you can kind of move his ear out of the way and just follow it back with the comb. And now we're going to go through, we're going to get this done, and then we'll show you the rest. So now what I'm going to do is work my way out. So just basically the way you see this comb, I want to start it nice and clean and tight, and then build out the depth as we work our way to the crown of the head. So you'll see my comb pulling away in the haircut. That was the no look. Clipper over comb. Ryan's like, I really appreciate that, thank you. Alright, so now that we've got that side nice and clean, now we're going to work the temple area here. This is called a square neckline. So as I work my way through here, Ryan likes his hair squared off. So we're going to just kind of draw this line down and etch it in. A nice clean line there. Then I can work my way up with the trimmer and get all those little hairs off there, off of his neck, so it gets it nice and tight. Work our way across the back. I like the way that this neckline looks on Ryan because he's going to have like a more rounded shape on top, and I like the square feel on the bottom. As long as it's got a nice fade to it, I like it. Okay, so a couple different things that we're going to go over with the top of Ryan's hair. A lot of people are wearing a little bit more of a disconnected, back to this haircut. So what I'm going to do is use no guide here, but just clean up the top. So we'll bring it up here, cut just slightly, a slight angle, because I want the disconnection, but I don't want it to be, I want it to be definitely longer in the front than in the back. So slight angle there. Working horizontally across the top of his head. I'll leave out some of that hair that I just cut, using a guide right there. Follow that guideline. Cutting across the top of his hair. Alright, so now we've worked our way through there. Then I'm going to go through and just check that line and make sure that, we've cut a nice straight line on the top. So anything I'm going to cut vertically, I'm going to go back through, cross-check it horizontally. Yes, really. Just real quick. So you shouldn't really be cutting too much at this point. This is just, to check it. So just dusting the ends, marrying everything together. Now I want to do a couple things. This is a cool little trick. I'm going to go in here and I can use just the tip of that scissor, work my way around his hairline just to take off all those little hairs in there. Turn so you guys can see. So just because that one blade is moving, it allows me to cut my straight line across. Right here. And this is a good way to cut bangs too. If you have the bangs combed on the forehead, you can just work your way across this way, looking in the mirror instead. So nice little pop. Alright, so now we're going to style the pompadour. So what I want to do is just add a little bit of gel. Gel is a good base for guys, and it's something that, guys put in their hair and they think it's the only product to use. Gel is really a base product, just like a serum for women or, a foam for women. So I like putting the gel in, and that'll give it hold as you dry it or as you set it. So a couple things with men's hair. He could set this back if he's going to wear this as a pompadour and he doesn't want to blow dry it. Maybe he's very anti blow dry, which some guys are. Slick it back like this with the gel and then let it dry like that. Then run your hands through it, break up the gel, then go in and use like a pomade or something like that. Once it has the hold and it's laying down right. What I like to do here is we're going to actually go through and blow dry it. We got our good old freestyle blow dryer. And we're going to work the hair just back. So it's not a complicated thing. You don't want to overcomplicate a blow dry for a guy ever. And we'll just work this hair back, laying down these sides. So using a nice airy kind of vent brush, do a little lift, little pop at the scalp, and then just keep combing it back. Basically with guys' hair, you want to almost comb it the direction it's going to go and give it a lift in that direction as well. So the gel now is giving it hold. Before we would probably go in, just blow dry a guy's hair, then add the product to it. Then it's not going to have an all-day hold when he goes to style it. So. we can teach our guests how to use the airflow to push hair where we want it to go, then they won't have issues with cowlicks, because cowlicks aren't really that big of a deal as long as you push the wind and push the hair in the direction you want it to live and not let it dry naturally. So you can see it's starting to dry, and it's drying with hold, and that's what I like. It already has a texture to it. It has, you know, a nice feel that it's going to stay like this for the whole day. Now, we have our volume here. This is a little damp still, but I'm going to do one more little trick. Thank you, sir. One more little trick here. We're going to take a round brush, real small round brush. I know you're going to think to yourself, I can't get a guy to do this. I think the same thing, but I also feel that if it's just this one section, we can do that. So just taking the hair, over directing it straight down. Let this be back. So over direct it straight down. Turn on our blow dryer. And we'll just work that one section. And a little tip real quick, if you want it to flow this way, I'm going to round brush it this direction. So just round brush it the opposite direction that you want it to fly back. So I don't want it to just come straight up and over. I think that's going to look silly on a guy. So I'm going to go off to his left-hand side with the blow dryer. Now changing oil is more complicated than that, so I'm pretty sure they can learn how to just do that one little step. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take a product, I like this product, Clean Cut. It's a nice creamy pomade. I'm going to take about a fingertip full. We'd need a lot more if we didn't have the gel already in there. We're going to run that in our hands, make sure that it basically turns our hands completely white, so the product's completely submerged in there. Then what I'm going to do is bring this, look at that, nice volume there. We're going to work that through the top there. And you'll start to see how it was round brush forward will start to bend into the rest of the hair. So now you can kind of see as we put this through. Get some volume there, buddy. You start to see how that has a really cool kick to the front, and it doesn't just lay flat or lay straight back on his hair. And that is our quick little pompadour style on Ryan. Thank you guys for subscribing to us. Please check out freesaloneducation.com and support companies like Freestyle and Millennium that help us out. And hope you enjoyed this little tip.
Hi everybody. Are you fat? Do you have a big fat blob face? Do you like eating more than you like being thin? Are you tired of looking like a hippopotamus in pictures? Are you tired of looking like you were born with no neck? Are you tired of having several chins? Are you tired of your face looking like one big blob? Jenna Marbles taught us how to trick people into thinking you're good looking. I'm here to teach you how to trick people into thinking that you're thin. Sort of. And I'm going to walk you through how to make your face look a little bit thinner in case you're one of the heifers like me that gain the weight on your face. Okay, now that you have your foundation and powder on your face, you are going to start eyebrows first. Your eyebrows frame your face, and sorry fatties, but those of us that have tried to have thin eyebrows, it makes your face look that much fatter. So chunk these things up, okay? It's gonna make your face look a little bit thinner. Okay, now that you have your eyebrows done, we can move on to the actual contouring. First of all, you need to assess your face. Where are your problem areas? For me, my problem areas are my cheeks. You can kind of see the crease right there, but it's kind of hidden by the fat and it doesn't look good. What you really want to do is use kind of a bronzer, but that's not a lot darker than your regular skin tone. So I'm going to be using this right here. You don't want to use anything with shimmer because it's going to call attention to it. It's going to grab more light, and it's actually going to call attention to the fact that you have no real prominent cheekbone. Okay, so what you want to do is take your blush brush, dip it in your color like so, blow it off a little bit, and pinch it so that it's flat. You don't want to start, okay, see the crease is kind of going in right here, but if I put the makeup right here, it's gonna look like I have no jawbone. So you want to kind of put it up higher, and you want to start from the hairline and go out like that. Just look at your natural bone structure and just kind of decide where you want your cheekbones to be. Make sure you don't go down, go towards your mouth with it. Now, if that's not enough for you, take a very light color such as this right here, swab in there, and go underneath your eye on top of your cheekbone. Okay, so you're just going to work some really pale color in there so that it's going to contrast better. You also want to put some of the light color, if you're like me and you don't have a strong jawline, put it on the lower portion of your jaw, right there, like right on your jawbone. You also want to put some on your chin. Now that you're done with those fat ass cheeks, let's move on to the neck. Okay, the neck is a problem area with most of us fat girls, so you really want to get that under control. Take your contouring color again, your bronze without any shimmer. Now look at your neck and try to pinpoint, it's kind of hard, but attempt to pinpoint where your jawbone is. Put the color, the darker color, underneath your jawbone. Okay? And here's a little trick here. If you just put it underneath your jawbone, it can actually make your face look wider. So make sure you get this area right here, right in front of your ear. Contour that as well, and that will make it look like you actually have a visible jawbone. Blend it down into your neck. You see that little pudge right there? You got to cover that. So you got to get that double chin right there. Go down in there. Something else that some of us fat girls have problems with is the nose. Okay, I don't know if you can actually gain weight on your nose, but I have a big nose. So let's take some of this color, pinch our brush again, and just brush down the side of the nose. Now, take some of your light color, go straight down the bridge of your nose. Now is for the blush. Fat girls, we also have the problem of if you get too much blush on, it's going to make your cheeks look even fatter. Okay, so here's a trick I have. Get your color. Goss makeup artist also pointed out that if you do the smiling thing and put it right there on your cheeks, it's going to slump down, and us fatties have problems with, you know, a big face and it kind of droops when you're not smiling. So you got a lot of weight there on your cheeks going up and down. Just the outer corner of our cheekbones right here. Okay, now you watch the motion. Go up and then do like a crescent moon right in here. Okay. It's going to give like the illusion of a lifted face. Just bring it up on the forehead. Now we have our cheeks blushed. Now, one thing that is optional, if you're like me and you're fat but you would still even have a wide face if you were thin, take some of your contouring color. Okay, find the arch of your eyebrow and work this color into your hairline, just around the edge. Okay, just lightly. That's going to give the illusion of a thinner face. Now, what you can do, and this is optional, is take a little bitty shimmery color, just dip your finger in it, and just lightly go right down your nose, cupid's bow, and on your chin. This is going to pull your face out while the darker color is narrowing it, so your face is going to look more narrow. Alright, now for your eyes. Here's something I've noticed. Okay, God bless you, I'm fat too, but some of you fat girls out there tend to line your inner rims of your eyes, and that can be a nice effect. If you're thin, it is actually going to narrow your eyes but make them look more piercing. Okay, now what it actually does for fat girls is makes your eyes look smaller and your face look fatter. So if you can, unless you have really huge eyes, do not line the inside of your eye. It's going to make your eyes look tiny and your face look huge. Okay, take your little eyeliner brush again and dip it into whatever color you want to line your eyes. You're going to try to actually widen your eyes so that it is in proportion with your face. So start at the outer corner of your eye with your brush tilted like that, and just brush it in. Okay, you've winged it out a little bit. Take it again. Get this outer corner right here on it and then go down. Okay, now fill in that area. Okay, now that you've gotten your eyes lined as equally as possible, take this little, I don't know what kind of brush this is, but it's a little kind of flat brush, and pick something that you like maybe a pink or peach. Just pat this on your eyelid. Okay, now that you've gotten your eyelid color going on, let's take a nice, it's like a kind of a plum color. Now you want this kind of round brush. It's like a blending brush. Okay, hit the corner where that winged out part is and just dab the color on and start blending it inwards. Blend it a little bit down on your eyelid as well. Okay, now that you have your creases done, you want to make it pretty dramatic too, because it's going to open up your eyes. Okay, now take that brush right here and dip it into that light color you were using to highlight your cheekbones up here and your nose. Okay, so take that, put it right underneath your eyebrow. And I go all the way underneath my eyebrow, not just in the arch. You do it a little around the side too. Now you want to take your mascara. I'm about to show you a pretty cool beauty tip. Just hang on. Okay, take an empty mascara wand, okay, and just wipe all the crap off of it and wash it off. And use this to take off the excess off of your lashes. If you're spastic like me, you're going to need one of these. It's a makeup eraser pen, okay? It's by Revlon. Now that you have your face done and it looks a little bit thinner, what you want to do is fix your hair in a way where it's going to make your face look thinner also, okay? If you have a big wide face, big fat face, you don't want to wear your hair slicked back like this. It's just going to make your whole face look enormous, okay? So, just take your hair down. Now that you have your hair down, you can see your face instantly looks thinner. Okay, now let's try and put a headband in. And now you officially look thin. is never take pictures from a straight on. Take them from above. See, that eliminates that double chin you might have. So take them from up here, you instantly look thinner. Down here, bad. Up here, good. Okay, another thing you want to remember is to always sit up straight. Make sure your clothes are not wrinkled, and do your rolls. And just try to stick that face out so nobody can see your double chin. Okay, so if you like this video, please rate, comment, and subscribe if you would like more videos like this. And just let me know what you thought. Thanks for watching.